everyone, welcome. We are going to start here shortly. We're just waiting for some more people to join, and Darla will begin her presentation.
Hi, everyone. Hi, we're just going to let some people show up. You know how we are as interior designers. We're just going to mosey on in with our coffee or our water. Good morning, Carrie. It's nice to see you here. Good morning, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking all about Google Ads, more strategy than actual getting in there and showing you how to do it. But there is going to be some of that, right? Because that would be 10 hours a webinar. So you're going to learn today a whole bunch of strategy for Google Ads, what you need to do for your Google Ads to make them effective as we wait for attendees to hop on in here. And it's going to make a world of difference, whether you're doing it yourself or if you're delegating it. And I haven't been drinking. If I'm slurring my speech, it's because I'm getting a root canal on Thursday. So bear with me today. I'm hopped up on goofballs because I know, yeah. I've never had one, and I was talking to Alicia before we get into the webinar this morning. Alicia is like our hostess with the mostest here. She says, "Have you ever had a root canal before?" I'm like, "No." "Have you ever had one?" "No, but I've heard horror stories. They're terrible." I'm like, "Thanks for that, Alicia. Thank you so much."
To take that back. I'm so sorry.
So needless to say, I'm scared to death. Oh, I'm ready for a bourbon now. I'm ready for a bourbon right now. Again, swear, haven't had one. Too many little Debbie cakes, I guess. Okay, so a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. Welcome, by the way, to the webinar, Wingnut Social. For the uninitiated, Wingnut Social, we are an agency. What are we? Goofballs again. A digital marketing agency for interior designers, architects, contractors, to the trade vendors, home furnishings and the like, and adjacent verticals. We do SEO, we do full service social media marketing. So if you guys have any interest in delegating that, please head on over to wingnutsocial.com to find out more about our full services. Exciting news, Wingnut Academy is launching next month, and that's going to be online courses for your social media, for your digital marketing, SEO, et cetera, to all the same verticals, all the same genres. And that's going to be more of it on a DIY level, right? Because we understand that a lot of firms aren't quite ready yet to have that expense, that marketing expense, to delegate their marketing outside. So that's going to be a really, really, really excellent program for you guys. And my team is down to the wire, getting those videos ready for you guys, getting those courses ready for you. Next month's Wingnut webinar, the beautiful and delightful Nicole Heimer of Glory and Brand. She used to be Curio Electro, remember her, is going to be talking about infusing personality into your brand, into your luxury brand. And her title is 6 Ways to Infuse Personality into Your Luxury Brand. And she's just going to be giving tips on how to be approachable and serve high-end interior design clients. It's the two are not opposed. She's going to show you how to how personality sells more. A lot of designers are under the notion that, you know, high-end clients, you have to be like super stiff and super, excuse me while I show you this. No, they're people too, right? So she's going to go through a lot of that for you guys. If you're out there and you're watching this webinar in real time, send us a screenshot, share it on your social, tag us at Wingnut Social. We will share your photos to our stories and get you some brand reach and awareness for free. And thank you. We do appreciate that. And questions and hopefully answers will be at the end of the presentation. So please save them for the end. We will go through them. And make sure, whoops, I enlarged my screen here. Make sure that you ask those in the actual Q&A tab below, not the chat tab, because they will probably get lost in the sauce. Okay, since I'm presenting, I'm going to turn off my commenting here, Alicia, so I'm not distracted. Okay. And Alicia is going to be talking to you in the chat and probably yelling at you to say, ask your questions in the Q&A part. Okay, so let's get started. Google Ads strategy. I think we're pretty clear that that is the topic. So let's pull this down here quick. Oh, Alicia went bye-bye. Okay, so for Google Ads, we're going to go over the different types of ads that exist, the type of ad that you should be choosing for your interior design agency. Well, the most impactful ad for this webinar for your interior design agency, strategies that you should be using to stand out amongst your competition and against the big boys in interior design to help you compete for that ad dollar. And surprisingly, here's an aside, when we were researching this and some of the slides for interior designers, there's not a whole hell of a lot of interior designers who are doing Google Ads. There's a lot of room to make an impact here for interior designers, just saying. We're going to go over ad extensions, ad rank, and quality score and show you some of the low-hanging fruit that's going to help launch your business to be found on the inner tubes, as my fiance says. All right, so there are multiple types of ads that you can run. You have search ads, display ads, shopping ads, which can be interesting for some of you guys if you have a storefront, video, right? So those are the ones that are on, you see them on YouTube mostly. When you're going to YouTube and you're watching a super interesting video and you get interrupted by, by those jerks with the ads, that's that. An app, which we're not going to in any of these, smart, local, and discovery. For the purposes of this webinar, we're going to go into the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter, which is going to be search ads. Okay. All right, so first you might be thinking to yourself, why Google Ads? Aren't people finding my website on the Googles? And no, they probably aren't, truthfully speaking. So there are a couple things that go into getting discovered when people are typing in to the search engine, Miami interior designer or what have you, for you to be found. And the first one is organic SEO, search engine optimization. That's a whole other webinar, but what goes into that is a very expensive, timely, and long-term investment so that your website is ranking for Miami interior designer. So when that end user, that potential client, is typing that in an organic way, if you are very rich in those keywords, your website's going to pop up on the first page, hopefully. Like I said, that's a very long-term play and it's very costly. It's something that you have to do. It's something you should be doing for sure. But if you do ads, it kind of fills in that time gap, right? So you can be found doing Google Ads if you do them in the right way on page one, right? While you're building that SEO website quality in the long run. And the two, although they seem disparate, really go hand in hand. They work together to provide a really amazing experience and quality for the user who's using Google search engine, and Google will reward you with your ads, pricing, and your competition, how much you're paying to bid, if your website has that organic SEO. So I'll get into, I know your head's probably already spinning, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So Google Ads, right? So it is very hard to get to the top of Google search results in an organic way. It is. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of blogging, a lot of on-page, off-page, link building SEO, right? But if you do search ads, you can see here in this, this slide that you can get on the front of the page, right? Oh, my apologies. Okay, this is for the organic ads. I'm sorry, my glasses are not big enough. Let me blow this up a little bit. Okay, for organic ads, you can see that Google ads are still appearing first, even before a very healthy SEO'd website organically. So that's why these work really well in synergy if you do Google ads. For that, that'll be a shortcut to getting on page one while you're working on your organic SEO. Okay. Another thing that's super important when you're doing a Google ad and you're doing a paid ad is that you can control the narrative on your Google ad and what you say about your store. And here's some types of Google ads. This is, we went in over search ads, which is the main focus of this webinar, but I'm also going to go over some shopping ads here for if you have an online store, if you're a vendor, to the trade vendor, etc. So you can see on the left is your regular search ad. And on the right, I'm sure you're familiar, are the shopping ads. And this is what those results look like on the search engine results page. So if you have a store and you want to do shopping ads, the key to doing a very successful shopping ad is the lowest cost, right? So as interior designers, that isn't really us always. The shopping ad that wins is the item that's on there that's priced the lowest. If someone's shopping for a coffee table with a similar look, you look at these two on the left, they're going to be, well, that's a round wood looking-ish coffee table. That's a round wood-ish looking coffee table. Guess which one they're more likely to choose? Okay. The way you can get around that, if you have a shopping ad on Google, is to really make sure that your image is something spectacular. It's something that looks very different, very high end. To us, right, a trained eye, the one on the left kind of fits that bill, but to the average consumer, shopping ads, if you have that $1,400 table on there compared to the $279, it's not going to be as impactful. I did want to go over this briefly in case you are fitting in that niche genre, whatever. Something to consider if you are doing a shopping ad is your photo quality. When we get back to, if you are showing that high-end photo, is to make sure that they're not busy, right? You can see here that there's a lot of stuff, but there's really no focus on that coffee table. There's a lot of stuff that's pretty, but it's really no focus on that coffee table. So if your photo doesn't stand out and it's not impactful or terrific, it's not going to get a whole bunch of traffic. You're not going to be selling a lot of coffee tables. Good photos. Here we go. Shows the coffee tables in there, and really shows the images if you have shopping on there. If you have a shopping ad, some good photos examples. Okay, that was just in case you have a store. Now let's get down to the nitty gritty for search ads. So search ads look like a normal search result, except they have this little tiny ad thing up there at the top, which they have to have. Okay. And unlike organic search results, you can control the site links on these ads, which are these little ditties, the ones that say customer reviews, pricing, about us, and how it works. You can control the narrative with these ad extensions, and they're extremely important. Not only can you control the narrative and what you're saying about that, which I'll show you in a later slide, but it takes up more real estate, right? You can see how impressive that looks when you see that. When you go and you search on Google and you see an ad that has all those stages of ads, you're like, oh wow, that's pretty impressive. They must be the best one. Let me check them out. And why they're showing up like that is because they have what we're going to get into is the site extensions option, either clicked or custom. And there's an organic site extension, and then there's a site extensions you can create just for your ads. And here's a few site extensions that you can take advantage of here. So for ad extensions, there's the contact for your phone number ad extension. I'm going to show you each of these individually. There's particular landing page site extensions. This is a paid ad again. This particular advertiser chose to really highlight decor, locations, what they offer, window coverings. Again, they take up more real estate, so they're more impactful. And one of the most impactful ones, which I'll go into more in detail, again, is the image extension, which nobody uses. And you don't have to be an interior design. Well, I'm not saying nobody, but it's rarely used. People don't know about it. They don't use it. And you don't have to be an interior designer to take advantage of that. Wingnut Social has image extensions in our ads as well. And they might be Pixabay pictures, they might be pictures of our work or interior design work, but that's super important to have in your ads there. Okay, so here's an example of the number extension. Okay, so the number extension that you can plug in there on your Google Ads is, you want them to call you, especially if you're a designer and you have local clients, right? That's super important for them to pick up the phone and call you. So when you plug in the number extension for there, that's going to show up on the ad right there. Barbara Heyman. Well, Orlando's a great market. Location extension, again, super important if you have an interior design business where it's so important for people to actually physically walk in or know that you're in the area or service that area. As an aside here as well, Google Business Profile, if you don't have that set that up post haste immediately yesterday, if not the day before. That's really, really important for getting you found locally, but I digress. As you can see, Angela Neal here has a location extension. It looks like she might not have a couple other ones, but she has a location extension. So we don't have that for Wingnut because we're nationwide. So that might be something, if you want to serve the entire country, that might be something to consider. Oh, she does. Sorry, Angela. So Angela Neal Interiors, local interior designer, the image extension. If you go through a search engine results page and you're looking up into local interior designer, or Orlando, Florida, and you see, you see Angela here with this picture, whose are you more likely to click, right? So it's going to be the one with the image 9 times out of 10, unless you're, weird. So that's very impactful, and it's no extra cost. It's no extra skin off your butt to do that. And it shows higher in the search results as well. Okay, so site link extension again. Here's Miami Havenly. Boo. Miami Interior Design starting at $79 per room. Can you believe that? That's not even a thing. All right, there's their site link extensions, pricing, right? How it works, find your unique style, customer reviews for the Havenly experience. Again, takes up the most real estate, and they're taking you on a customer journey with their site link extensions and picking and choosing exactly where they want the flow to go and how they want that them to be found with their site link extensions. Now, here's an example. So you're probably like, site link extensions. What the hell, Darla? I'm already lost. Okay. So site link extensions, organic. If you look up or Google your interior design business right now or after this webinar, and use Google Wingnut Social or Darla Powell Interiors or Susan McNuggets interior design firm, you're going to see your organic results with the site link extensions that Google is populating at their whim from the metadata and the copy that's on your website, right? So if you look up Wingnut Social, this is what shows up: interior design business podcast, social media marketing agency, about our firm, and head Wingnut Darla Powell. These are nice, right? But if I'm doing a paid advertising campaign, these aren't really the site link extensions that I want, right? I mean, it's not interior design business podcast, maybe social media marketing agency is a little too vague. It's not really compelling for an interior designer or an architect to click on. About our marketing firm, who the hell cares? Nobody cares. They want to hear about how we can help them, but they don't care about us. And head Wingnut Darla Powell, absolutely nobody cares. And you cannot control this at all. But what you can control, like I said before, are paid site link extensions. So this is an ad that I was running. I think I might be still running this. And this is the paid ad. And I chose my site link extensions to say podcast. Okay, that's enough. That interior design marketing, which is more, I want to look into that. I'm an interior designer, and case studies and the general services, but case studies instead of reviews or something. I want people to see our case studies and how impactful that we've been for that for Wingnut Social. And I was able to choose that and choose the messaging for our firm for the ad. And I get a very high click-through rate. If you can see here, this 5%, the CTR, click-through rate, the average home brands, interior designs, vendors, architects, et cetera, the average click-through rate is 1.76% for Google Ads, more or less, give or take a little bit. And what that means is how many people click per 100 exposures, 100 impressions. So that makes it a little sexier, a little juicier. Okay. So when you're optimizing your Google Ads, it's very similar to organic SEO, search engine optimization, keywords. You want to put in your ads what you want to be found for when someone is punching in the search engine. So you have to think about that. You have to think about your business. What do I do? What is it that I want to be known for? What kind of client do I want to get? What are they typing in? And put that in your ads, your wording in your ads. And it's so important in search ads and in shopping ads to repeat them throughout your copy, your titles, your heading, your just everything in there. You can see kitchen remodeling company did this, top rate in Orlando. I mean, that's nice too. But you can see in their copy as well, they have kitchen remodel again, kitchen cabinets. So that is really important. If you're doing a shopping ad and you're, ABC coffee table in the heading in your shopping ad, make sure that you're putting ABC coffee table in the captions as well for optimizing your Google ads. That's very important because Google still, even though we're paying for the ads, Google's still going to reward you as an advertiser for the quality of the ad. And we're going to get into that and how that's actually going to save you money when you're bidding against competition. Okay. Keywords are great, Darla. How do I find out what the hell keywords to put in my ads? So when you go to your Google Ads page, your module, your account, and if you need help with that, setting that up, give us a call. We can help you out with that. There's a tool. If you go up to the top of your menu, there's a little wrench that says Google Tools, right? And it's going to pop up a Google Keyword Planner. So on the left, you can pop in your, go to the next slide and show you. You can pop in your website. You can either start with your website, susanmcnuggets.com, or you can put in keywords, interior design, right? And on the right, you can put in those same keywords and it will tell you, here's how many people are looking for those keywords. Here's how much volume they get. Here's how much it might cost you in order to rank for those keywords versus other competitors. Maybe it's $10 a click. Maybe it's $20 a click. Maybe it's $1 a click. So if you go in there into your little handy dandy keyword tool and you plug that in, it's going to tell you interior design or home interior design. Here, I'll show you some of the results. Here, this is what it looks like for the keyword planner. We plugged in interior design. Average monthly searches is 165,000 just for straight interior design. Top of page bid, low range was $2.12, depending on your market, right? Where you are geographically. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, here's some other options. Regular interior, right? Interior design course. Competition for that is medium, which means how many people are using it, how many people are searching for it. Home interior design, super high, right? The competition on that is pretty ferocious, but you can see what that is. And when you plug them in, if you were to keep scrolling on this page, it's going to give you a few more variations that are a little bit more niche and a little bit more obscure. And you have to balance out the worth versus how unique it is, right? How niche it is. So if you're putting in something that's so niche that nobody's searching for it, Google won't let you use it really. They'll say, this is disqualified. We're not going to use this in your bidding. It's just not going to get you any results. So you have to go in there and you have to look and play with the keywords to see, okay, there's enough people looking for it, but it's niched enough that there's not a lot of competition for it to get your foot in the door with the big boys. For example, if you have like Havenly, right? They are, much to our chagrin, the big boys. They can go in there and they can rank super high for a really competitive keyword, just using straight interior design, straight design my home, design my room, throwing a lot of money behind it. So what you guys need to do as boutique agencies, firms, interior designers, is to really hone in on what it is that makes you special, right? What it is that you're offering that the bigger firms aren't, that's curated, that's unique, that's custom, that's specialized. And only you guys can figure that out and put that in there. But you can plug all those into the keyword. If your website is, so you go back, if your website is optimized for SEO and it describes exactly what the journey is and what you're offering your client and the experience and all of that jazz, you can start with your website here when you plug that in, and it will suggest some of those things to help you get that ball rolling. All right. Ad rank. Okay, so here's where you're going to save money. So like I said, I'm high on goofballs because of my tooth, so I might be rambling a little bit, but okay, so Google wants to make money, duh, but they also want to have a very good experience for the user, for the end user. They want, when you go in there and you type up interior design firm Chicago, design build firm Chicago, they want you to find exactly what applies to them, right? Exactly what they're looking for. And they want not just the ad to be relevant in that way, you know, not misleading. If you're putting in their interior design company or interior design marketing, when they click on that, that landing page needs to be about interior design marketing, not a podcast, or not SEO, or maybe SEO if that's the case, or not Wingnut Academy, right? So as much, it needs to be social media marketing or whatever it was that they search for. And when you do this and you make your search quality and you work on your organic SEO to make sure that when they get to your website, that that's a good experience, then Google's going to say, you know what? Let's lower their bid for these certain keywords versus this other guy whose ad experience isn't as good for the end user. The other guy might be paying more. Maybe he's paying $5 or $10 a click, but when you get there, his website's like, what the hell is this, right? But you, or maybe you've got all your ducks in a row, all your extensions are lined up, your website's in perfect shape, your SEO is terrific. When they click on it, oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Google's going to say, you know what, Susan McNuggets, good on you. We're only going to charge you $4 a click for this experience because it helps the whole community, makes us more money, and it helps Google keep their reputation for the end user experience there. So let's see. Yes, that'll help save you money. You can overcompensate for this if your website is crap and if you don't have enough SEO juice there going on, or if you have some issues or errors, or maybe have a slow load, if you have a slow page load, and that's hindering your user experience. If your images aren't tagged correctly, if your SEO isn't in line, you're going to pay more. You're going to say, well, you know, I'm going to double my bids, and then you might outrank the better experience, but you're definitely going to pay for it. All right. Ooh, quality score. Deep breath. Okay. So Google doesn't tell us exactly what the quality score is, and I already went over this some in the previous slide, but again, it determines how much you're going to have to pay by the quality, how often your ad is going to be shown, if at all. As much as Google loves money, if your ad is crap, they're not really going to show it a lot. So again, a lower quality score is going to make you pay more, right? The relevance of the ad is going to make you pay more. The most important or the most impactful metric to look for to determine how effective your ad is, if it's working right, if Google is rewarding you for a good quality score, is the click-through rate. Remember that I mentioned that before, that the average click-through rate for our industry is 1.7 some odd percent. If you have a higher click-through rate, you have 3%, 4%, 5%, but 5% is stellar, then Google's going to say, wow, they're really providing they're providing a very accurate experience, a very quality experience for this user who's searching for entering these keywords, the search term. Their ad is ranking, they're finding them, they're clicking on it. That's terrific. And that's going to increase your quality score. So that combined with your organic SEO that you're already doing on the website, hopefully, combined with creating your ad in such a way that the site link extensions are worded correctly. And we will have time. I will actually walk you through some of that. Helps your quality score. We are going to have time. Okay. So in a nutshell, get specific, right? For the site link extensions, be very specific, right? About what it is that you offer, your firm offers, what it is that separates you, differentiates you in the ad itself, but try not to be, it's an art, right? Try not to be so specific that the ad's not going to rank, but you have to play with that to balance that out. Choose specific locations, really important if you are a business who needs that local traffic, or you only serve that local traffic, and focus on what makes you stand out. Okay, so now that I have gone over that, I will walk you through a little bit. Let me see if I can, about for the Google Ads and how to go through. Let me stop my share a second so I can share the right thing. All right. Well, look, see, click-through rate 513. See that? That's on an ad we're running now. I didn't know that was there. All right. Alicia, can you see this new screen, or do I have to hit share again?
You have to hit share again. We can't see it.
All right, let me do that. Please stand by while we process your request. Okay, screen share. Here we go. All right, how about now?
Perfect.
Okay, here I am. I'm in Google Ads. And an important thing to remember is don't do this unless you check you're an expert at Google Ads. The screen doesn't show here, but it will show when you go in there and you register for Google Ads account or whatever. It'll say, it'll give you like a basic layout, and then it'll give you the option to say, I'm a badass at doing this. Check that. Okay, and here's the different campaign objectives. Let me see how much time I have. Plenty. My dogs are barking. Sales, leads, product and brand. You can see all these different options here. We're going to click website traffic. Okay. We're going to just leave this at the account default. Continue. And remember I said there was search, performance, display, shopping, video, discovery, search ads. Just for the, let's go for the sake of argument. We're going to go, we'll enter in our website here. Sorry, my dogs are barking. If the guy's here to mow the yard, I told him not to. Oops, campaign name. Here it is. Okay, good. All right. We'll start new. Okay, let's say average daily budget for this campaign. We're going to put in my budget. We'll just say $10 to start, which may or may not be effective. Oh, see, 20 bucks. We're going to, like I said, we're going to do $20 to start. Now you can go in there, set your budget. You can practice with $10. It's okay to think that Google might be trying to rip you off, because in a lot of instances they might be just trying to get more money out of you, but also what they do suggest does work better. We're going to focus on conversions, conversion value, clicks, impression, share. When you are starting a brand new campaign, do not select conversions, because they are not going to have enough information, enough data, enough impressions, reach in order to have that be effective. So we're going to put clicks on there, right? Set a maximum cost per click limit. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to run it on the basics. The rest of it's a little advanced. More settings, optimize, prefer best performing ads. We'll do that. What that means is that Google's going to test a few different ads. They're going to mix and match some of your headlines and your copy and make different ads. And the ones that perform the best, they're going to put that in the forefront. Okay. Next, campaign settings. Search network, that's the Googles. Display network could be Google partners, different search engines, just Google partners. It's not on the direct Google search. I'm going to turn that off. That's what I like to do. United States would be my territory. It defaults to English. Audience segments, a little advanced. Dynamic ads, we're not doing that. More settings. You can do a start date. You can do an end date. You can do an ad schedule. I'm just leaving it open for now. Keyword suggestions. Okay, now remember in the beginning, I put in wingnutsocial.com. It's suggesting here already because I'm doing a new campaign, all these keywords. It's pretty good since we've been working on our SEO. Nicole Heimer of Glory and Brand. Well done. And see up here when I was telling you before about keyword research, tools and settings. So I click on that keyword planner. Where'd my keyword planner go? Keyword planner. Again, it's not going to do it. There we go. Discover new keywords. Let's look. Let's look and see. You can enter here, marketing for interior design. Of course, I had typos, but it will still work. Get results. Now look at all this juiciness. All right, I can look in there. I can see, wow, that's a lot of freaking keywords. And I can click on this. All 48 selected. What plan do I want to put them in? Let's say I wanted to put them in an existing campaign. I do have existing campaigns. Once we get this up and going, this will be an existing campaign. I'm not going to do this because I'm not going to add these to my campaign, but you can put it here, boop, and it will populate those keywords in an existing campaign. All right, just wanted to show you that since we did discuss that. Okay, so let's go back. My music on hold is always Girl from Ipanema. Okay, so here we are, more settings. Next, we have the keywords. Let's just say I'm going to go with these. My ad strength is poor, of course, because now I have to add headlines, right? I'm not going to type through, but I'm showing you where this is. So they're pulling these from my website because that's what we put in. Okay, so here you want to make sure that you put in all of your little headlines. It's populating them from my website right here, but you can take those off. And again, you can control your messaging, make your new headlines. Susan McNuggets. Okay. Right there, you can create up to, I forget how many. I think I want to say it's 12 headlines. And then here in your descriptions, this is this little part here where it says marketing for interior designers, the descriptions, we know what works on social, which is true. Okay, you can put in there keyworded descriptions. This is just taking stuff from the website. I would probably change like this. I would change, make sure I would put social media for interior designers or something to that effect. So it's keyworded, and you can add more. The more, the merrier, for sure. Let's see. Okay. Next. Yay, we're to the extensions. Okay, so it's giving me the option to use account level site link extensions. And that was the organic extensions that pop up that Google's just going to say, these look good. Here you go. We don't want to do that. We want to create our own site link extensions. And it's actually going to give us options from the website still, so we can pick and choose and make it a little bit more custom that way. We don't even want to do that. We want, ta-da, to create our own. Right. So, top rated interior, I can't type for shit, interior designer there. Well, that's a little much, but you top rated interior design firm or 5-star interior design firm. And you want to fill all these out. Description, line, description, final URL. Yeah, you don't have to put the final URL there. Oh, wait, you do have to put the final URL. Sorry. Right. So remember this. Sorry, goofballs tooth, remember the user experience for them to land on exactly what we're talking about with these site link extensions. If the final URL there might not be your landing page, it might not be welcome to Susan McNuggets. It might be Susan McNugget's services, luxury, very specific to that. You can make the site link extension text lead to that URL. Same thing with the second one, description, site link text, your headline, your description, keyworded to relate to that site link text and the final URL. Again, you can do them all. And that's for the text that's going to show up. You get that very impressive text, subheading, subheading, subheading. The call out extension here, select and call out extensions, account level call out extensions. The call extensions here for you to put your phone number. I don't know why I have 4 of the same number, but there you go. Then that'll add in that little phone number block. Very important. This is the one I was saying that hardly anyone uses. Whether you're an agency, an interior design firm, is the image extension. This is what's going to have that ad on there with the little image to the right. That's going to take up that real estate. More extensions. Let's see. Structured snippet extensions. I'm not 100% sure how to get structured snippet extensions. I will be 100% transparent about that, but we have them because we have Glory and Brand do our website. So there you go. It's a level of it's a website schema and SEO health and all of that stuff, but we do have them. And you can have a lead form. A lead form extension here would be book today, submit your name, your phone number, book an appointment. It can be anything that you want there. If you have an app, structured snippet, service catalog, you can see price extensions, promotion extensions, which wouldn't really be that applicable for us unless you're doing yes, I know I need an image extension, unless you're doing like some kind of discount thing, which I wouldn't recommend. All right. 25 keywords, 1 ad. Let's just say I'd optimized all those things for, I could publish the campaign, which I'm not. You hit that. And then it takes about, I want to say it takes about a week for your ads to start showing to where in any kind of meaningful way, because Google's testing them. They're going to test them. They're going to test them in different markets. They're going to give you recommendations. And when you'll see those up here in your notifications, there's a little bell up there and it'll say, we recommend that you add these keywords or you take out these keywords or you do this or you do that or the other thing for your ad, and you publish it and then they take all your monies. But it's important not to just let it sit. You have to go in there and check it. You have to see, okay, let's see if I go to, we're going to save that for never. Okay. All right. Did you see that click-through rate? Still 5%. Okay. See my keywords here. Let's see impressions. So you can go into your keywords and you can see how well your keywords are doing, impressions for the day, how many clicks they've had. And then maybe some of the keywords aren't getting any traction. You just kind of take them out of there and get rid of that. All right. So that's that for that. Not too bad for goofballs and a bad tooth, I think. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Our first episode with Melissa Sacco was just aired last week. So we are now on YouTube. You can see me make bloopers in real life on video. Okay, I think we are ready for questions and answers. I know that was a lot, and it was a lot in a short amount of time. Let's see. Yeah, 45 minutes exactly. But I will do my best. What you got?
All right, so Marie wants to know how you see the ads that competitors are running.
You can use, well, first you can Google, right? And see, I do that every now and then. I'll do just a regular web search and just say marketing for interior designers, and I can see my competition. It's a little misleading though, because it also kind of depends on what geographic areas they're focusing on. In any marketer worth their salt will be running different campaigns for different geographies, but there's a couple of softwares that you can use. SEMrush is one we use, SEMrush. It is a paid service. They might have a free something or other though, where you can go in there, you can check out your keywords, your SEO, your paid ads, and the keywords that your competitors are running. And you can see what the competition looks like, how much they're paying for their ads, how much you'd have to bid for your ads in order to rank with them. And I'm telling you and Alicia will agree probably, that us just doing the research for this with the images and stuff to show you interior designers, like individual firms that are running ads, it's hard to find. So there's a lot of room for you to make a big impact with Google Ads here.
Absolutely.
I think I answered your question. Or a gel.
I do want to add that another one is Spyfu, so spyfu.com, and they do have like a
Hey,
free they do have a free one where you can go in and see kind of competitors' ads. So that's always
oh,
a good
there you
one to
go.
check out.
See, all right. That's why I hire millennials, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Cheryl wants to know what the approximate price range is for Google Ads.
It depends, right? So if you did $20 a day, that's 600 bucks a month or thereabouts. $20 a day seems to be a pretty healthy ad spend, right? But if you're paying someone to do the ads, you might be surprised to find that that's going to 2x or even 3x that, just in having an expert who knows how to do the ads effectively to get you the most mileage from your ad spend. So for that, I might consider doing 1,000, 1,200 bucks. We're doing about 1,000 to 1,200 bucks here a month at Wingnut, and we rank pretty well with our Google ads, depending on the time of day. We don't really run them a lot on the weekends because you guys aren't working on the weekends. A lot of you shouldn't be. Right? Boundaries, people, boundaries. So you just kind of have to play with it. If you get in there and they yell at you and say, most people are spending $20 a day here, spend 10 and see what happens. In the very beginning, when you're running a new campaign, I would put in $20, $25 a day just so it ramps up pretty quickly. You can always change it. You can change it. You can go in there a week, 2 weeks later and update the budget and put it down to $10 a day. That doesn't mean that they're going to just only spend $10 a day. You might go in there and see one day they spent 20 or 30. They're averaging it out for the month. So if you go in there and say, I'm going to spend $20 a day, they're not going to spend $19.99 and $20.01. They're just going to average it out for the month, depending on the search, the day, how that works out. But the monthly budget will be respected.
And going off of that, Davina wants to know, is there a way to cap the overall cost of running an ad?
Just by that, they won't, like I said, they'll respect your budget. They won't spend more than you have told them to spend for any given month.
Perfect. And then, so if someone wants local clients, but they also want to reach e-design clients nationwide, should they put their location or not?
Yeah, put your location and run another campaign nationwide. That would be, I would recommend that you do 2 campaigns. It's more money. I mean, you might be able to do $10 and $10 or, 15 and 15, however that works. Again, you have to go through and experiment with that and pay attention to it. You're going to have different keywords. So you're going to have to run 2 separate ads, right? One's going to be more locally hands-on, full luxury design experience locally, and the other one's going to be a different audience, a totally different audience, right? E-design nationwide, it's a different budget, different audience, different aesthetic, different reach, different keywords. So just do what I showed you here briefly. Again, the replay will go out in the email probably today or tomorrow. You can look at it again and run 2 separate campaigns. Just go through all that again and launch it. You can, if you saw when I was doing the presentation, I had a couple of different ones. I had one for designers and architects, which actually really should be 2 separate campaigns, and a separate one for contractors, because it's a totally different audience.
And so will putting your phone number in the call extension cause more solicitation calls?
Could. It could. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, that's a risk I'd be willing to take to get clients picking up the phone and calling me. That's just the cost of doing business.
Absolutely. And so someone said if they're trying this out for the first time or they just want to try it temporarily, how long would you recommend they run an ad for to see results? 1 month, 2 months?
I would try at least
3?
for a month to start. Like I said, if you're starting out in the very beginning, it takes Google about a week or 2 to really learn the data that's coming in. And then you might, after 2 or 3 weeks, you might want to consider, depending on the ad campaign. Again, that's another webinar I can get. This could be a 10-hour webinar. You might want to consider going from clicks, that option that we chose, to conversions, because then Google will have enough data, however you say that, to show it to people who are more likely to convert by taking action on your account. So I would try it for at least a month. Just go out a full month. 2's better. 3's even better. If it's done right, I can't tell you how many clients since I've been running ads are coming in, and on my questionnaire I have, how did you hear about us? This was basic, super important, but don't leave that out. Web search. We have 2 new full service interior design clients that came in through the web search for that. So even though we're spending $20 a day or whatever, it's more than paying for itself. So if it's done right, it will pay for itself. And then some. That's the idea.
And so for when you're paying for ads, do you just put in your credit card into Google and then it charges you per month, or how does that work?
It charges you per month. Normally they charge you when you've gotten up to a $500 spend, and then they charge your card every $500. So it's not necessarily a month. It's when you get up to that $500, but they won't charge you more. You know, they won't run ads more than your ad spend budget for the month, if that makes sense.
Okay. And then last question is kind of a loaded one. So are you
like me, I'm loaded.
Are you recommending not to run ads on the weekend? And if not, are they missing opportunities?
Yeah, you might be. You know, that's just something that I chose because our target market is professionals who work during the week, right? For interior designers, I would highly suggest that you run ads on the weekend, because that's where your potential clients are leisurely looking for interior designers, right? I would not recommend that for you guys. And I've done some experimenting with both. Our traffic is lower on the weekends, but that marketing budget, that $20 a day, I wanted to really focus on during Monday through Friday, because I think that we get the most bang for the buck there. But experiment with the 24/7 at first. And that what Google will do for you, if you set it, if you don't do the time or the dates or anything, is they'll let you know where you're getting the most results. And they'll actually start showing your ads more to people during those times. Because again, remember, they want the experience to be a good one for people using the search engine. That's partly why they're the search engine, right? Bing, who uses Bing? If you use Bing, sorry, I hope I didn't offend you, but DuckDuckGo, maybe.
And okay, we had a couple more coming in.
Sure.
So do you know anything about Google offering a $500 credit toward ads?
They'll do that if you don't have an ad account. If you've never had an ad account, that is a promotion that they're doing to credit for the ads. I think I took advantage of that back in the day and tried doing it again, but they were on to me. So it's a thing. It is a thing. They want to get you in there. They want to help you set up your ads, want to help you run the ads and have a successful campaign. So you keep spending money with them.
And someone wants to know if Wingnut Social offers a service to review a website for their SEO.
We absolutely 100% do. We have our SEO audit where we run through, we crawl the whole thing, and we get in there and see everything that could be possibly wrong with your SEO or your structure or your metadata or any of that good stuff, and give you a full report. We can implement those fixes for you, or you can give it to your web guy and say, what is this crap? Fix this. I want my website to be found. But that being said, that's super important. You have to do that. That is the first step for any search engine optimization service. If you're delegating, if you're hiring somebody, you have to go through the website and fix the basics first, right? That being said, website SEO is not a one-time one and done. It isn't. You can't just build it, but even if you build it correctly, and they will come. Ongoing SEO is key, and that includes blogging. It includes links out to your website, backlinks. Thank you, Darla, or a gel. Bad tooth, and a whole bunch, a myriad of other things that you need to keep doing on your website, updating the content on it as well. But yeah, long answer to short question. We 100% offer that. If you head on over to wingnutsocial.com, you can check that out on the page there and click the link, and we'll help you out.
So we have another one.
Okay.
What about networking with my trades? Is there a way to put that to use ads for that, or is that not effective?
What do you mean networking with your trade? I'm not sure I quite understand the question.
Tamara, do you have any more information? It just says, is there a way to put an ad with keywords, or is that just not effective?
Do you mean to put an ad with keywords in order to get the trade's attention? I'm not sure I'm following. Google will sometimes not let you put an ad with trademarked brands or keywords in them. So they will say that your ad is not running because you used a trademark brand or keyword. I've even done that. I've mentioned Wingnut Social, which is trademarked in our own ad, and they've said no. And I'm like, so I don't know if I'm understanding the question exactly, but my first gut reaction would be, and if it's wrong, I'm sorry. Not my reaction, but the answer to your question is you don't want to send anyone who's paying for an ad or looking at your website anywhere else, another vendor, another service or anything. You want to get them to your website. If I'm not answering the question correctly, please clarify, but that's all I got on that one.
She just said, yes, I use a general contractor and we work together.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I wouldn't because you could be diverting, you don't want to divert website traffic to somewhere else. I mean, you could mention in there that you curate your trades and you have trades that only work for you, but I wouldn't tag them unless they're your design build firm and they actually legitimately are work under you and they're part of your firm. But I wouldn't lead anyone else, anywhere else. I wouldn't distract them.
Okay, and that is all of the questions.
Whew, all right. Root canal on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for showing up and bearing with me through this webinar and my goofballs for my tooth pain. Remember, please check out the podcast. Wingnut Social is the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, and our YouTube channel. Yay. I'm like the Target lady. Yay. Check out our YouTube channel. And yeah, and our services. If you're overwhelmed by any of this, we can do all of this for you. It's no great shakes for us, but we understand that it's a lot. It is a hell of a lot to go through and to do it. But also, if you are delegating it to someone else, now you at least know, hey, are we doing site link extensions? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? So you're not getting ripped off. And that's it. If you have any more questions, you can always email us at info@wingnutsocial.com. Alicia, when will this replay be available?
So I will be sending it out tomorrow.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you for the well wishes. Alicia, thank you for scaring the shit out of me for the root canal.
I didn't mean to.
You all are great and I love you all. Bye.